cat is huge. We have the world's biggest cat.
And that's the tea. Complete an exchange and all that shit.
This is one of the sofas I liked. It's called the...
That's the space where sometimes if you want...
Mortgage got approved! Oops. Hi guys, welcome to or back to my channel. Hey, I'm Ellen if you're new here, and I am currently in the process of buying my first home with my partner Pete, and I have decided to take you guys along on the journey of that with us, because it's a minefield, honestly. So the first video I did was well, actually it was after we'd put the offer in, but it was everything that I felt like we needed to know before putting the offer in. Oh, my camera's flashing. Oops. Let's see how far we get through this. Everything I felt like we needed to know before we put the offer in. We have now, it is, what's the date today? 8th of November. So yesterday, 7th of November, we, well, we had our offer put in a week ago now, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago now. We had our offer put in, and we were accepted, so got the ball rolling. Yesterday we completed all of our forms with both our solicitors and our mortgage advisor, so we've got everything completed with them besides proof of funds, which we need to work on with our solicitor. So yesterday the solicitor kicked off all the searches, so all the searches are now underway with the solicitor, and the mortgage advisor is currently applying for our mortgage. So we've opted to go for Halifax because they had a well under 6% interest rate. So he's applying for Halifax with us, so both of those two things should take a couple of weeks apparently. The mortgage can take up to 4 weeks and the searches should take about 2 weeks. So we're now in a little bit of like a waiting period between these two things happening. So yeah, let's I'm gonna like leave it here. I just want to kind of update as we go because there's not much else to tell you right now. We aren't going to start doing our surveys until after at least our mortgage has been approved. So we want to get our mortgage approved first, then we're going to book in for a survey. But I've found one person who I quite like to do our survey, and also I'm going to ask our mortgage advisor if he's got any recommendations as well, because he seems like a really nice guy, and I want to I would trust a recommendation from him, whereas this is one I just found with good reviews online. So yeah, we're going to get that started once our mortgage is approved, because it seems silly if our mortgage doesn't get approved or something that we would book a survey. So yeah, that's where we're at on the 8th of November. What are you doing, Strobs? Were you thinking about scratching the sofa? Is that what you were thinking about? This cat is huge. We have the world's biggest cat. Also, I do, woo, kind of allow that as hers to scratch. We were going to get rid of it anyway, so now it's just Strawberry's chair. This bears no relevance to the video, really. I thought I'd just do some nice storytelling, set the scene. I'm making like myself these little like strawberry milk teas. I also used to like doing this on Instagram, so now I just do it on everything. But it comes with your little bits and bobs to do it. I actually know how to do this one. I've never had this one before. I'm guessing that's the tea. These are like the flavours. I'm not sure. This is adorable, actually. Really, truly adorable. But yeah, so house hunting news. Me and, well, we're not really, like, it's, what's the date today? It's the 11th of November. We're not really any further along? I don't know, further along than we previously spoke. When we previously spoke, we've, it's only been a few days, but we have, I need to get my bagel out. Be fine. We have, oh my god, I didn't get your words out. We have applied for our mortgage. So that is, well, I mean, our broker has applied for our mortgage. That's done, but we're not approved or anything yet. But yesterday, the mortgage company that we're going with were meant to do an evaluation on the house, and I don't know if that happened. I didn't actually hear from anyone. So, but our mortgage advisor was like, it's a bit early because you haven't even been approved yet. So he was like, he thinks that that will probably get pushed back anyway because we're meant to be approved and then the valuation happens, not the other way around. So yeah, but we've paid our little fee to get the valuation to happen.
And yeah, that's all guns ahead. I talked to the estate agent at the same time as getting that booked in about what the chain ahead of us looks like. I'm gonna just go get my bagel and we'll carry on this conversation. So yeah, I spoke about what the chain in front of us looked like to the estate agent, and we're in a 4-person chain. So obviously we're at the end of the chain because we're the first time, but the beginning of the chain because we're first time buyers, so we don't have anything to sell. So everybody in our chain has put an offer in and had an offer accepted on a property, but now everyone's waiting for us to get our mortgage approved to kickstart what they're doing from their end. I don't know how that well works, but I think we all need to complete an exchange and all that shit on the same day for this all to work, is my understanding of the chain. So we are obviously at the very beginning of this whole journey, but me and Pete thought, like, I'm an optimistic gal. Like, if I'm like a, you know, like a bit of a everything always works out for me, manifest it type. And we're not gonna buy anything, but we did think today we're gonna go and just sit on some sofas, see what we think of them. We're just gonna go to, we either wanna go to Loaf or DFS. We have a Loaf store in Battersea, or there's a DFS kind of like about 40 minutes away by train. So we're gonna go to one of those and just like, and there's also a sofa sort of shop on our road randomly. We just wanna go sit on some sofas, see what we like. Obviously not just yet, we're not going to buy anything just yet, but it's just nice to get an idea. Like, we know we're buying a home, whether it's this one or not, we're going to get a sofa for it. So I don't think we're like losing anything by doing this. Just a fun thing to do on a Saturday and like get us excited about what we're doing and stuff. So yeah, that's our plan for today, and I thought I'd take you guys along with us on that sofa buying journey.
You're just too hot. In the Loaf store. Oh my god, it's so nice in here. This is the showroom in near Battersea Power Station. This is one of the sofas I liked. It's called the Thrill Seeker or something, but it's not as comfy as I wanted. I wanted to like sink in, but there's one called a Cloud sofa that's the other one I want to try, but I can't find it just yet. I do like these as well, but we want a what we want is a corner one like this kind of size, maybe even bigger, but I really like that. And then, oh, obviously Pete's found another one to go and sit on, but what's this one called? Oh, that's nice. This one. Sorry? No, I didn't actually look at that one. That's really nice.
That's the space where sometimes if you like roll a little.
Is this the Cloud one? Hold on. Pillow Nap. Yeah, this is the one I was looking at online. Not called Cloud, Pillow Nap. So just, oh my god, look at that boy band fringe. We've just got home from Loaf, well actually from Battersea Power Station in general. Picked up the deets on the sofa that I think we're gonna go for. Yeah, we just need to figure out what colours and that sort of thing. And obviously we need our mortgage approved before we do any of this. Mortgage got approved! So, I just wanted to be dramatic there. But yeah, it's oh, the lighting is horrid. Where do I sit to make the lighting not horrible? So it is the 13th of November and me and Pete's mortgage just got approved. So I literally spoke to you like a day ago. The valuation happened by the bank we're using on Friday, and literally our mortgage advisor gave them everything. They had no further questions and have just approved the mortgage. We are like really kind of going below our means in terms of the mortgage we've asked for on this home. We are like nowhere near sort of the max that we could get in terms of affordability. Like I think we're about like 100k or something silly below what we could ask for in terms of like our incomes and our like affordability and all those things. Like our mortgage in principle said we could get a lot more than we're asking for. So my only guess is that because we are asking well within our means, and we just provide them with everything, like we literally just we over provided everything, that it was just pretty simple and easy. If you've been at this point, like, is that sort of normal? Like we literally applied for the mortgage
well, 2 working days ago. Yeah, the mortgage was applied for 2 working days ago, and we have our mortgage accepted, which is so exciting. Like, that was what we were really waiting for. Our lawyer, Jeff, good old Jeff, I don't even know if he goes by Jeff, he's Jeffrey, but every time I speak of him I do call him Jeff. He is in the him and his team are in the process of doing the searches now. They should be back next week. So yeah, I think we don't want to buy anything or do anything like that until at least searches are back as well. But from my understanding from our estate agents is us getting our mortgage approved can kick off the rest of the chain, and we're in a 4-home chain, so and everyone's got an offer accepted on a home, so nobody's still looking, the chain's ready to go. But you know, everything was depending on us getting our mortgage accepted, which is done. It's crazy. So yeah, Pete's making a shepherd's pie, so I'm gonna go check on him, probably put my pajamas on, get comfy, because I've literally just walked in the door and made this straight away because I feel really excited. I'm gonna go put my pajamas on, which is always what I do when I get home, get snug, look at what he's making. Strawberry, he's fed Strawberry, but she's obsessed with this dry food. It's like, if you have a cat, it's called the Royal Canine dry food. Frigging expensive. Like, I'm not worried about avo toast, I'm worried about this bloody cat I got bankrupting me, because she is as high maintenance and her taste is as expensive as her mother's. But yeah, so I might give her some of that. And yeah, and then I thought I would, I'm get my pajamas on, get cozy, and then I thought I'd sit down with you and talk through all the steps we've made since we've had our offer accepted, and have that as the second part of this series. So yeah, let's get cozy. Maybe I'll make a tea. Maybe I'll put some candles on. I want to feel cozy. I'll put my pajamas on for sure. So hi guys, so do I look crazy in this? Yeah, probably, but it's fine. So I thought I would just quickly tell you about all the things we've done since our offer. Sorry, the cat does want to play as well, but I do want to get this filmed. All the things we've done. Is the washing really bad in the background? Ellen, film. I'm sorry, I feel really excited, I think, and I feel like a bit like, bleh. So yeah, all the things that we've done since our offer got accepted, and kind of just run through what we needed for the mortgage, what we needed for the solicitors, and I think they're the big things really. So our mortgage was accepted, what date was it accepted? Honestly, I think it's only about 10 days ago now, and we were asked for when the mortgage was accepted, we were asked for proof of who we were as people, so our passports, proof of our address. We were straight away asked for our mortgage in principle and our lawyer details. So I think they want to check you're serious about putting an offer in on a property by asking for your lawyer details and your mortgage in principle. So I think I already said this in my first half of this series, but make sure that you've got your mortgage in principle and you've lined up the lawyer you want to work with for buying your property. We had kind of were about halfway in between lining up who we wanted to use our mortgage broker. I think we spoke to 3 people in the end, and the mortgage broker we went for was a recommendation from a family friend of Pete's. And I would just really highly suggest asking people in your life who they've used as their people for these things. So our lawyer we're using, one of my friends and also my sister used, and our mortgage advisor was obviously from Pete's family friend recommendation. And he was, or I guess was, because like, we'll maybe ask him a few other things, but he's got the mortgage for us in a matter of days. Like, he's been absolutely brilliant. And I'm just gonna shut the door because I think you can probably hear. Straubs is not gonna like that I shut the door. She's like, she hates doors being closed. But yeah, so we had, so once the offer got approved, we sent our details of our lawyer over to them, and they sent us back a, what was it called? a memorandum of sale, I think it was called, which was a document between the lawyers we're using and the lawyers the people we're buying the property from, the vendors, are using, that basically says this is what's going on, you've like declared you're going to buy this property. And that came over within probably about 24 hours of us putting of us having the offer accepted on the house. I think that's basically just like a piece of paper that says, right, we're moving forward with this, you've declared you're going to buy it, they've declared they're going to sell it to you, let's get going. And our property was removed from Rightmove at this point, so I still have the link to it, and it says under offer. So I still have the link, but you can't find it on Rightmove anymore, or on the estate agent's website, which is really great. I think a lot of estate agents will, well, not a lot, I don't know what the numbers are, but will keep that listing up. And I think it's got a name, it's like gazumping or something really weird like that, where people can come in and offer more than you. I think with the state of the market at the moment, I don't think that is happening that often. So, well, I don't know that for a fact, but I would imagine it's not, because obviously the markets, like houses are selling really slowly and for really cheap prices as well. So I at this point also asked what point in the chain we were in. So we're in a 4-person chain, which I understand could take quite a while, and everyone was waiting for us to get kicked off. So now our mortgage has been approved, everything can start going. So to get the mortgage approved, we sent over 3 months worth of bank statements. So I do sort of a bit of a zero-based budgeting terms of using my finances, so where everything comes into one account and I split it in between like lots of different savings accounts and like money pot accounts to manage my finances. And I was a bit worried that this was going to go against us, in terms of it looks like my money comes into one account and then just it's all gone, so there's like nothing left over, whereas it's all in all these other places. So I sent 3 different bank accounts and 3 different months of statements from 3 different bank accounts, just so they knew where my money was sitting. We also sent over like proof of our deposit, so screenshots from all the accounts that hold our savings. We also sent over 3 months worth of bank statements, and I think this is 2 years of books if you're self-employed, but for us it was just 3 months worth of bank statements. We then filled in like these endless forms that were really sort of revolved around our affordability. So they ask a lot about like your outgoings, so what your outgoings will be, what are expected to be like every month once you buy this property, so they can weigh it up against your mortgage and see if you can actually afford the place, which was really easy to do as well. We filled it in and then I double checked it against what our mortgage was and what we'd have left over after we'd paid all of the, like, it's like the kind of like necessity things, like that would be your like bare minimum almost for any like social life or holidays or anything, clothes, anything like that. Your like bare minimum money, how much money do you have left? And we were like, well, within our remit. So I double checked that before we sent it off, just to make sure that we weren't doing anything crazy on our affordability. Obviously the bank or whoever you're going with checks that as well, but I wanted to make sure that I was checking as we went along. Then we filled in all our like work details, our addresses for the past 3 years, all the kind of things you fill in, which is kind of similar to even when you're renting, you fill in a lot of this information as well. So we filled that in for both the mortgage advisor and our lawyer as well. All that info went over to Craig, our mortgage advisor. I might ask him, but I might link him down below if he, I'll ask him first, but if you are looking for a mortgage advisor, he's been brilliant, so I would recommend him. We sent everything over to him, and then he called, so he offered us 2 mortgages at first, which was one with Santander and one with Virgin, I think it was. They were both like fine, and then we were ready to go with the Santander one, and he called us like literally, I think it was on like a Friday night or something. It was like, I found a cheaper mortgage, and then I was like doing all the maths with like some like look cheaper, but they're aren't necessarily cheaper, like if you take into consideration like the fees you have to pay and like any kind of like hidden bits. So he was really great in terms of like, I was doing all the math, but so was him. We were like checking our maths added up. I'm like, he's a mortgage advisor, he knows what he's doing, but like I'm a control freak, I need to do all this stuff as well. And he called about Halifax one, and he had like literally, like, you know when you're doing a maths exam and you have to write your workings out, he'd like written his workings out. Like he was like, he called me and he was like, you're a smart girl, like I knew you were going to do this yourself, so I thought I'd save you some time and get it done for you. And he'd like written all the workings out. And then he called us and was like, do you want to move forward with this one? It was like a much better deal than the Santander one. And I was like, yes, let's go for it. Pete, I need money. Grabbed his card, paid the £100 to get the valuation done. Literally 4 days later, the valuation was happening. No, not even 4 days. Like the day later, the valuation was happening. Then today, obviously mortgage is approved. So that's happened really, really quickly for us. So that was our like getting the mortgage, the actual mortgage for that actual house process. Then the next step for us is we are currently obviously talking to our solicitors. Again, we've sent them over pretty much the same information we sent Craig, our mortgage advisor. We've sent over like all our bank statements, pay slips. Have we even sent any of that? No, just a million forms, I feel like, for the solicitors. Just a million forms that we had to fill in. Like, we docu-signed so much, and there are so like two people in this world. Like the vendors, people we're buying off, had printed everything out, literally handwritten it, hand signed it, scanned it back in, sent it, like, because a few forms came our way that the vendors had filled in. We are like, we don't own a printer. I don't remember the last time I printed a single thing. I was like, we're gonna have to docu-sign all of these because I want to get it done. And me and Pete just sat together like one evening in about 2 hours and just filled them all in. But we did it all online. We docu-signed all of them, which seemed fine because we're going ahead to the searches now. So Jeff, our lawyer, said the searches will take about 2 weeks. So about a week into that, maybe a little under now. So I assume we'll get like the information from the searches back next week, which is, I guess, like the big time of being like, are we actually going to buy this place? Because we want, obviously things might come up in the searches that we weren't expecting. I think our house is only actually about like 60 years old or something. It's a relatively like new property, so I'm not like too worried that there's too many things that are going to come back in the searches, but we are going to wait for those to come back before we book our surveyor. I've got quotes from about 10 different surveyors, and like they're varied between about £410 up to about 600. And like from reading all these quotes, like, I can't tell the difference. I can't like a cheap one versus an expensive one. Like with a lawyer, I'm like, I feel like the expensive lawyer like gives you an upfront costing, gets everything rushed through. Like lawyers, I feel like it's worth spending a bit more money on this. Maybe it is as well. Like, I don't know. If you've got any insight or any kind of help with that, that'd be really useful, because by the time this video goes up, I'm sure I wouldn't have booked a surveyor yet. So if you know anything, that'd be really great, because we haven't booked that yet. I want all the searches to happen, and then we'll book the surveyor to do that side of it. So yeah, that's the point we're at now. So the big things you want to know about it after you put your offer in: your lawyer, your mortgage advisor if you're using one, and your survey. They're the big things. And I think, well, we're definitely going to do another viewing of the house. I think I'm going to email tomorrow and ask when we can come and see it again. I would like to quite like to see it in the night time, but there's just things I want to do like that we didn't do before, like open all the windows, turn all the taps on. No, we did turn a few taps on, but like just do all the kind of nitty-picky thingies that we didn't do when we were viewing. We did actually do quite a thorough viewing, but like there's like a few nitpick things that I would want to do before we buy it. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video there, guys. I'm sure this is quite a long, lengthy video, and I don't want it to get too long and boring. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. This series is going to be a continuing thing, obviously. And then in the new year, I am setting myself a challenge of weekly vlogging every single week next year. So yeah, that's going to be my challenge for 2024. Probably my New Year's resolution for 2024. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.